April 9th here. And all the seed disc openers are replaced with the exception of like 3 in the back here that we did last year. So it's gonna be it's gonna perform very well. We're just gonna back it in here, and I gotta get to work. The planter is still pretty well ready. And they were talking like 12 to 25 inches of snow for us. Now it looks like we're maybe on that 6 to 8 inches of snow with more rain, which would be just spectacular. But regardless, we're gonna hide everything. Can't quite wash stuff. It still gets pretty cold at night. So yesterday I made it to like 68 degrees. Today's about 60. It's windy. Actually, I looked out here and I'm like, this is looking pretty dry. We kicked around with our foot, and you look at this, and I mean, it's still wet, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot drier than people anticipate. But even with a little bit of rain, that would help push some of that last little bit of frost out. But anyway, a little bit of rain. Next week looks really rainy, and or at least 40%, 50% chance most of the week, which we don't even have a tillage tractor, so that's just fine, because the tillage tractor's getting John Deere dealership decided they'd give it one more stab at trying to get that idle down issue fixed. They thought they had an idea, so they're trying that. Don't even have a tractor, don't have the mulch finisher hooked up, so we've been just working on everything else, and things are going to come together real quick. Some people are thinking it's going to be multiple weeks, but if it does rain, I mean, don't get me wrong, rain will stop us, but I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that it's going to come faster than people think around here. So that's just me trying to be wishful thinking, because I want to be in the field though. So I don't know. Stay with us. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is going to be right after this. I'm going to talk about some field tile issues. Get quite a few questions about field tile, why we don't do more. Well, the answer to that is we don't own a lot of those fields. And to have a farmer invest in tile in a field that's rented, you'd have to have a good, number of year contract locked in to know you'd be able to get your return on that. That's why we just don't do a lot. You'll see us put some in a little bit, but not much. But this is a field that my parents own. And you can see, I mean, this is going to be wet just because it's low, and you can see the field kind of shapes right here. But we have been noticing an issue back by these woods, and when the field's dry like this is when you can really tell, well, drying, and you can see the tops. It's when you really can tell if your field tile is working or not. Now, we did find our old map. The chewy dipped granola bar was not included with the tile, but you can see that that's just covering up some section information and some personal information. But they got their maps, who was drawn by. They did the tile in May of '96, and then you got that they did 8940 feet of 4-inch tile, and then 1713 feet of 5-inch tile. So the 5-inch is the orange on the map, and the orange acts as a main, those 5-inch acts as a main, and then those 4-inch laterals tie in, and they got all sorts of figured out. But the issue we're having is down here. Now you can see right where we're standing is all these chunks right here, these 501, 526, 548. Then these two chunks, the 176 that connects into the 597, and those V's, they all connect in here and go down. And we're having the issue down here. So we have all this water right here comes down to that point, and that's where we're having the issue back here by the woods. Now, some of you might be saying, 11,000 feet or whatever that ends up being, that's not that much tile. It's not. I mean, it is, but we're only in a 27-acre field here. It's kind of mismatched shaped, and it's got 3 points that it dumps out. So yeah, it is and it isn't a lot of tile, but it's what it's in this field, and these maps are extremely useful. You can see here the field's getting a little more wet. That's where another one of these lines comes down. Where we're walking is about that main that brings us down where it dumps out. I do expect to see some darkness in these areas that are low, but the issue is it's starting to get darker and darker as we get back to the point where it's supposed to be dumping out. And since it's not, I'll show you that it's not. Well, one, the easy way to tell is nothing's flowing out of the tile line. That's your easy way. The other way to tell is just that this should not be as wet as it is right here, being so close to the outlet. This should be firming up, and it's not. It's staying it's staying very soupy, very mushy. We can't compare it to the field that I was kicking the dirt around out at the farm. I mean, that's a high spot, this is kind of low, but this should not be this soupy. You can see my boot goes all the way down. We got standing water. This is right where that main runs. Let's get off this. I think we all can agree, no matter on our level of expertise with tile, I think we all can agree that there's nothing coming out of the tile line. Oh, wait. I stand corrected. There is water. Potentially could fill a Dixie cup in a minute. Now, in theory, it's a solid steel pipe here. They do that so that these tree roots would not mess with breaking the plastic tile that you see getting plowed in. Well, one of two things happen. Either that's just plugged with, I mean, there is, you can see where that bolt is. That is a grate so that animals and rodents can't get up in there and plug it up. But that could have happened. But the problem is they think he said they're generally only about 20 feet. Well, over the years, I mean, it's 23 years since it's been put in. Where this is, and these big trees, very likely that their roots have gone out into the field, which just happens over time. And what we're thinking is that the flexible tile out here has gotten broken by some tree roots. Easy fix, right? And that connection point, let's see here. Let's see. Right here where my thumb is, we're thinking down in this area, well, actually at the tip of the orange is where we're standing. Somewhere up here, like right at the top of the orange, right where my thumb is, sheared off. Now, all that water is coming down here still, because it's still functioning. That water has no way to get out, right? So now that water is sitting in perforated tile. The perforated tile, that's how water is able to absorb through. It's got slits and holes, or whatever you want to call them, in the tile. Now, instead of that water going in, we have so much pressure from all of those laterals pushing the water this way, and it has nowhere to go, that the tile line's actually working in reverse right here. It's actually pushing the water out because of the pressure, and this water's coming up through the ground, and it's evaporating that way. That's why those areas are drying out a little bit. It's windy, it's sunny, it's deceiving, but there is an issue here. You can see it. There is an issue in this corner, and I think that with about 50 to 75 feet of tile and a backhoe, yeah, we're gonna have no problem fixing this. I don't know if I'm gonna be around the outfit that's fixing it. I can't imagine it's gonna take more than an hour or two tops. I'd like to be around and show you guys, but all they're gonna do is dig this area from there back to where the tiles were, essentially where it's good, which could be right out here for all I know, and it might only take 25 feet of tile. Make a new connection back to that metal pipe, voila, and there's gonna be water flowing. So there's the short and short of you know, you can tell that the tiles broke. One, obviously if it's not flowing, and two, you can either see it, the areas that shouldn't be wet, it'll push water up through. Every now and then, if you know where your tile lines are exactly, you'll have sinkholes, they'll collapse and do weird things, but you can find it that way too. So got an issue, gonna get it fixed, gonna make the field really nice for the farmer that rents this, and that's just part of being a good landlord. So hope I get this on video, maybe not, but hang in there with us. I gotta get to work here, I think. You can see it's getting dark, it's gonna rain. We need the rain, push some frost out, wash the roads off, and get us into spring, but we don't need the snow. So do your anti-snow dance, and with any luck we'll be in the field soon. So thanks for watching, be safe, and we'll check you guys later.